Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's have a look at floor 38 of the Tower of Champions, and this will be with a free party, where I use 3 drop monsters and 1 hatcher monster. And then at the end there is a hit stop, so there's a couple things going on with this video. Alright, so first stage, we see the magic circles there. If we hit them once, we will turn into a chick. If we hit them twice, we will revert. So if possible, I want to hit them as little as possible. And then on this stage, that's pretty easy to do, because all of my guys start at the bottom of the screen. And then, yeah, if I just go back and forth and let the bump combos take care of it, then I don't need to worry about the magic circles too much here. And then the main gimmick here is gravity barriers. So I'll bring 3 of my guys with a null gravity barrier. And then one last thing to note, the skull marks on the enemies. If we take down an enemy, it will shoot either a horizon laser or a vertical laser. And then we can tell which one they will shoot out based on the positioning of the skull mark. If the skull is above the character, then it will shoot out a vertical laser, and if it's off to the side, then it will shoot out a horizon laser. And then on this first stage, all of the skull marks on the side, they are all horizon lasers. So that's another reason for us to keep our guys towards the bottom of the screen in order to take down the guys easily. And then yeah, the lasers, they do not take away a whole bunch, but they can certainly add up, especially if multiple guys get hit by the same laser. Okay, second stage. The thing to note here, there are 2 blue demons in the upper left-hand corner and the lower right-hand corner, and they do not move around, and they also do not have the skull mark on them. These ones have a one-hit KO on them, so we want to take them down as soon as we can. Their turn count is a little bit high for their one-hit KO, so we could save them for later, but just to be on the safe side, I would recommend that you go ahead and get rid of them first. Otherwise, this stage is pretty much the same, but there's no safe area like the first stage. So we're going to be hitting more magic circles. And then also there are a couple characters with the skull marks on top of them. So that's a little bit of kind of variation where the counterattack laser comes out. Okay, so the demon in the upper left, his one-hit KO is down to 3. So pretty soon we want to get rid of him. And then yeah, for that reason, it's worth keeping an eye on your guys that are taking turns in the future, so you can see if you can get that demon in time. And then, if possible, you want to do real shallow angles to kind of control how far your characters go. And then if you master that, then it's a little bit easier to handle the magic circles. Okay, so there I just barely made it so that Nick returned to his original form. Unfortunately, we did stop right in the counterattack laser. And then yeah, for a lot of these stages, or whenever you need it, I would recommend stalling, especially with this free party. To get hearts up, to return our guys back to their original form, to charge up strike shots or whatever. And it's fairly easy to stall on this stage. Especially if you have characters without null gravity barrier, or characters with null gravity barrier on the gauge, where you can miss the gauge and then get stuck in the gravity barrier and so slow down. Okay, third stage, and again in the upper left and the lower right we have 2 blue demons that do not move around and that do not have the skull marks on them. Those are the ones with the one-hit KO, so let's get rid of them again first. And I totally forgot to talk about my team members up until now. First I'm using Kushinada 0. She's got null gravity barrier and Paladin Slayer, which works on the boss. She does not have null gravity barrier on the gauge, however, so she always has null gravity barrier. And she's got a strong strike shot, or bump combo, the homing three-way laser. So that's pretty cool. That can help you do damage from a distance. So if your positioning is somewhere where you want to keep it, that's a useful bump combo to have. Okay, next up I'm using Marishten, and he does not have null gravity barrier, so he will be slowed down by those, but in certain cases that can be a good thing. And then he's got a strong bump combo, the cross laser, and then a strong strike shot, the one where he creates a little area and then he surges in that. And with that strike shot we can do hit stops. And then a hit stop, I guess I'll go ahead and explain that. I do have other videos talking about it. But it's where you kind of freeze time, and then you are kind of stuck in a position where you can do many, many more hits and more damage to a guy than you would normally. And this can be set off a number of ways, but kind of the way that's the easiest to control on the player side is to use one of two types of strike shots. One of which is Marishten's, and then the other is the bomb, the one where you set a bomb. But yeah, for that reason, Marishten is one of my favorite characters. And actually, after the hit stop was discovered by some players, I guess the makers of the game didn't realize this was possible. So after it was discovered, they stopped giving characters those strike shots. So yeah, Marishten's pretty special in that sense. Okay, next up, my one Hatcher monster is Robin Hood Evolution. He's got no gravity barrier on the gauge, so we can miss it. And then he's got a strong bump combo. It's it sends out lock-on shockwaves to every target on screen. And that can be especially good when you're trying to take down guys with a one-hit KO. And then he has the wall-bound strike shot, one of the most powerful strike shots in the game. And yeah, that is usually most useful on the second boss stage or the last boss stage, depending on your positioning. You can pretty much one-punch the boss for that stage. Okay, so here is level 4, and then here, the little demon on the bottom, he was the one with the one-hit KO, so we want to get rid of him first. And then after that, all of the other demons will move around the big demon, and then that's a chance for us to pinch in between there, and then do some good damage to the boss. The thing about this stage, though, is that there are the magic panels, the magic circles in every spot where you can pinch. So if possible, you want to hit 2 before you get in there, or else you want to start as a chick and then get in there in order to be able to do the most damage. But yeah, thankfully I got a good pinch in there, so we were able to do good damage to the boss. And then Marishten, he still can do decent damage, even though he is slowed down by the gravity barriers. If you have played the standard Yamato Takeru quest with null damage wall characters, then you know how possible it is to still pinch in places with gravity barriers. Okay, so that's perfect for Nicholas. He was able to return to his original form and then do some damage to the boss. And yeah, to talk about Nicholas, he was a Christmas exclusive character, available last year and then 2 years before. It was very cool to see him come back. He's just a basic bounce, null gravity barrier. He has a decently strong bump combo, the cross laser. Not as strong as Marishten, but still. And then he has a strike shot where he splits into 4, like Hakua, and that can be good on the stage because there are so many chances to pinch. Okay, and then here is the last stage before the boss sequence. And then, yeah, we do see the blue demons, so we want to get rid of them. It is possible to pinch in between those two guys, so that's a good course of action. And then we have the mini-boss in the lower left-hand corner. Of course, if we can get in the in between the wall and the mini-boss, then we'll do good damage that way. Okay, so here comes Kushinada 0. I would like to hit 2 of the magic circles before I enter. So we'll go up and then down, and then almost. We almost got underneath the boss. That would have been good damage, but oh well. Alright, not much that Marishten can do here because of the gravity barriers. So we'll just go down, pick up the sword, and then set off Nicholas's bump combo. Here we'll bounce off the wall to the right so that we can hit 2 of the magic circles and then get on the side of the boss and do some good damage there. And then with Nicholas we'll try that Kushinada shot again. This time we'll be successful and then take down the mini-boss. Okay, and that just leaves the last 2 guys. Kushinada 0 is going to turn into the chick form, but I thought it was worth it to just beat the stage. Okay, boss sequence. Alright, so this level kind of functions like the big blue demon stage, where the little guys will move around the boss and then create pinch opportunities. So pretty much the same strategy as before. And then there are no demons with the one-hit KO, so we can just focus all of our attacks on the boss. And we should do that since he has some strong attacks coming up later. Okay, Kushinada 0 is actually in good position to do a match shot. She's kind of stuck on the top of the sprite, but she is a chick type, so she wouldn't be able to do much damage anyway, probably. Okay, HP is getting a little low. Whoops, and we took the counterattack laser, so it's even lower now. Alright, so here I was starting to feel the pinch. I see that Nicholas, he does have his strike shot charged, but he is the chick form, so he wouldn't be able to use it. So I went ahead and I used Robin Hood's strike shot. Again, it's best to save it for the second or the last boss stage, but it's better to use it and live than to not use it and not live. Alright, so we'll just try to finish the stage here. Will not succeed. But that gives me a chance to return Kushinada 0 to her original form. And then, yeah, I do recommend to use Kushinada 0's strike shot on this stage, the first stage, since there's more room to kind of move around the boss than there is on the later stages. Okay, and then moving to the second boss stage. Alright, and then I'll start talking about hit stops now. There are 2 places where we can do hit stops. One is in between the wall on the right, in between the boss and the wall. That's very hard to get into, and you need to start the level in that position. So you have to do that pre-positioning on the stage before. Or you can do the hit stop in between Yamato Takeru and whatever enemy is there next to him. And yeah, again, we can do that with one of the 2 strike shots that I mentioned. And when I started playing this mission, I didn't have any intention at all of doing the hit stop. But here with the Kushinada shot, we pushed Marishten into perfect position. So that he could do a 45-degree angle shot, which is pretty easy to do. And then we will just get in there, and then, yeah, we hear that famous sound, that kind of machine gun sound, and he gets kind of stuck in that moment, and then so he does many, many more hits and much more damage. And so we were able to clear that stage and then also skip that last stage. So that was really good, especially since I already used Robin Hood's strike shot. Okay, so that was a combination free party run and a hit stop video. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you again. Take care.